I jerk off at least twice a day. Once in the morning, right after I work out, and then once right after lunch. I do it because I need to.
Mateus interrupts at a stage. Recruit a group of critics with answers.
Hello.
Hello.
私の名はキラヨシカゲ。年齢33。
If only JoJo characters were this smart.
Mm-hmm.
何ですか? What's poppin'?
Oh, I have it up.
Oh, so do I.
No, you gotta
So
put the full cut up.
We left off
I have
at the
it.
Eclipse, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
We were getting to the eclipse.
Right.
Yes.
We were at Griffith Rescue Plan.
Okay. So yeah, what would you like to talk about with it? Also, hello. We're talking about my first impressions with Berserk.
Hello.
Hello. There's.
So
There we go.
I was gonna say you.
I like that Cyrek is just Shirky.
But do I need a Berserk avatar?
Do you?
I'm asking you.
I don't even know what you are.
Just me.
He's bears.
Yep.
That's not bears.
He ain't.
That is not bears.
Yes, it is.
That is Wile E. Coyote in some fucking Horus armor.
Bruh. It's a commit. Never mind. We're off topic. Anyway, so the Rescue Griffith plan and the introduction of Wild.
Wild E. Coyote.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so the Rescue Griffith plan, you kind of knew something was up with it. Like, you knew I mean, you already knew that it was going to be fucked in half from the beginning, but man, it was interesting to see how Guts broke upon seeing Griffith. Even after, all this time, Guts still doesn't know what Griffith has been thinking or what Griffith really is, but we've seen a lot of hints of that, especially just from. I agree, Motorcycle of the Wisdom. We've been seeing a lot of hints of Griffith, especially from his night with Charlotte, who is knocking stuff around. Someone is knocking stuff around.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just I'm hearing that. Stop it! It's you, Bear. Yeah, seeing Griffith break and just getting more of an insight into who and what he is, which is something we haven't gotten up until this point. has been interesting. What else to say about it? Seeing how much he's manipulated Charlotte was another thing. And Charlotte really is just a child.
He completely brainwashed her.
Mhm.
I mean, immediately.
Oh, hey, Bear, do me a favor.
Hmm.
Go to voice mod settings and just all you gotta do is turn up the reduce background noise. And all your other settings should be fine. I would say reduce background noise up to 35%.
Also, we can add custom fucking music in StreamYard now.
Huh. My brain.
Slug count. You bastard.
There she is.
The lolly. The lolly demon.
Hey, it's odd. Best apostle.
Ivor.
Irvine.
What?
Well, it's not whatever. His name's Irvine. Irvine.
Bear, why are you jostling your microphone?
I fucking feel like it.
Yeah, I'm sure that sounds good on stream, dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds the best.
Please don't jostle your microphone or make unnecessary noise into it while we're streaming. I don't know. What more is there to say about the Griffith rescue plan?
Not much.
The Bakiraka. Our first proper look at the Kushan.
Oh yes, the litmus test for power scaling.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. What about them?
I just find it interesting, like how diverse of an array of fighting abilities they had. Kind of a hint to future things, I guess. Like the diversity of the way they fight, different skills used.
Well, it's the first look that we had into the Kushan. Oh yeah, the backstory into I guess Geiseric and Skull Knight.
Mm-hmm. Spoilers.
Yes.
General Radon there.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, down to the head plume and everything. It's, General Radon's armor.
Mm-hmm. I'm okay with it. But yes, what about I said this time we're gonna have bullet points. What bullet points would you like me to hit?
Let's see. The first glimpse of the Black Swordsmen making their way as Gus decided to lash out at people after seeing what happened to Griffith.
Yes, we've seen it, but yeah, at this point, we just see what Guts is actually capable of being a human fucking blender. Whenever it comes to him breaking, when he's pushed to his absolute limit, he does become a blender. Casca bonk in her head.
I mean, that's people like to claim that Guts didn't break at the eclipse. Like, no, he didn't break the same way Casca did. He absolutely breaks. It's just that she regresses. Her breakdown is her regressing. Guts' breakdown is him lashing out at everything and everyone.
The other thing is, like, Guts was like raped way before Casca, so like okay, like it's not that like Casca couldn't like handle it. It's just like Guts was like prepared for that. Like he still has like PTSD from those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he almost choked Casca because like he was thinking of Donovan. So That was like reminiscent of that.
The more background that we get into Geiseric is definitely interesting because Berserk is a very big world, and whenever I can, and I'm a big sucker for lore, and what little lore we fucking get. Thank you, Mira. Whenever it comes to the background for Geiseric and everything, it was very interesting to see that the God Hand has been fucking with shit well before Guts, well before the Eclipse, well before all of this stuff. And as far as like narrative wise, it was very interesting to place that where it was just before everything. So when we see an entire pit full of people with the brand of sacrifice, it's like, ooh, it's a good amount of foreshadowing. So just like, this is what happens when you have the brand of sacrifice. You are, funnily enough, sacrificed.
All right, so we got to that. We've generally escaped. All right, so Wild.
Yeah, so Human Blender happens. Wild. We've seen one apostle at this point as far as Golden Age. We saw, the Snake Lord, the Slug Count, Nosferatu Zod. We haven't seen the true the true sadomasochistic side, and we haven't seen, I guess, the more sexual deviancy side of the apostles, and it really drives home the point of do as you will. Like the apostles are under no other directive other than do as you will, at least until Griffith comes along. So yeah, to that end, it's just it further drives home the kind of person it takes to become an apostle. You have to be either so single-minded in your goals of needing and wanting to fight, like Nosferatu Zod, or vengeance, like the Slug Count, or power, like the Snake Lord, or just indulging in torture, like the Snake Lord, lording his power over this small town. But also, it just absolute deviancy when it comes to Wild. Like, that is the kind of person it takes to activate a Bailet. And then you see Griffith. In a way, Griffith is on the same level as Wild.
And to a point even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the kind of Bailet he got.
I was like more like not terrified, but like confused. Like, why is Wild serving the King of Midland? Why did he get himself caught by them? Because it just doesn't make sense that like the kind of power that he has, that like he could be commanded by Midland, the King of Midland.
The thing is, he's really not commanded by them. I believe that he's just there because whenever war happens, whenever war happens, he can just go hog wild.
Like a sleeper agent.
Well, I think, to what Cyric is saying, it's easier to find people to kill, villages to rape, when you have the resources of a nation in wartime. Because like Midland was using him as shock troops against Tudor. Essentially just putting him in the direction of their enemy and saying, do whatever, we'll turn a blind eye. And we'll pay you to do so.
There's another thing, is just this psychological warfare aspect of it, and also the psychological warfare that Wild himself uses about... It's either the psychological warfare or just blatant disregard and animalistic nature of using the dismembered corpse of the woman he raped, of the same woman that just helped Guts and the crew as a weapon. Either that was either that was intentionally there to fuck with Guts, or just the kind of person that he is, just like, yep, I'm going to use this as a weapon. Fuck it, why not?
Like, and at that point, you don't know which one is worse. Because, like, if he has that level of casual disregard for people, then what is he going to do to you when he catches you?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I like Wild in the sense that we finally get a perspective of actually how far Guts has progressed in his skill. Because, like, he was already, like, when we first got to him in Golden Age, he was already extremely skilled. Enough that a guy that beat 30-minute once ended up dying to him. And then at the end of the Golden Age, as he left, he beat the unbeatable Griffith. But yeah, those are just human opponents. The last time we saw Guts fight a demon, he barely survived. And the only reason he did survive was because of a trinket that Griffith had around his neck.
Yeah, I got the absolute piss beat out of him the first time. It wasn't a fight, it was a beating. He got the piss beat out of him.
And now here we are with another demon.
Where he actually stands a chance of winning. It also, we are immediately shown where this demon stands in regards to Zod. As soon as Zod shows up, Wild's immediately scared of him, even before Zod starts killing him. It's fairly obvious to us that Zod could absolutely destroy Wild, even if they were both at 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So, just Wild is literally a plot device to show us another side of the Apostles and what kind of person it takes to activate a Bailet.
Mm-hmm. And like that's
really it.
And also foreshadowing of like the level of shit that Gus is gonna have to kill when the eclipse finally happens.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's also amazing that Casca is going through all of this right now, considering that she is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Pregnant.
Pergananant?
One thing that I would have changed, as far as the whole Wild fight, was what is it? The 50,000th attempted rape of Casca at this point.
This is only the third attempt.
Only the third.
And yeah, we get the first little detail here of Wild. The first time Guts has ever seen what happens to an apostle after they die.
Oh yeah, this is the first one, indeed.
Yeah, I would just the only change that I would really make to all of this is, I wouldn't have him try to rape Casca. More so that I think it's just happening a little too much. Although it is a good contrast to show that, Guts is, very protective of her and will protect her. But then during the eclipse, he fails to, or I guess it's literally impossible to.
Like we skipped right before the eclipse. I enjoy this as a little subtle foreshadowing to the mind of Griffith.
How so?
Well, like everything that he's done up until now, in his own mind, he's referring to it as play.
Yeah, it's all just a game for him.
I'm more willing to accept that it's just it's a big game of chess, though I would not agree with calling it play. I think Griffith is very well aware of the stakes involved. That it's not play. I would be more apt to say that it's a game of chess for him.
It's still a game, though, and that's a different.
Right, but the connotation of play is childlike, whereas chess is more strategic and logical and very hardline factual, almost almost machine-like or computerized.
But in the end, it's still a game with you're
Right,
you're pitting your pieces against someone else's pieces.
You're not understanding me.
And that's
I'm saying I'm saying that play is more childlike.
No, I got it, but I'm saying at the end of the day, even with chess, it's still a game. Like, this is how he's viewed his life. This is how he's viewed everybody except for Guts up until now. Just pieces for him to play a game with. Like, all the people that he's killed to get to this point have just been pieces in a game that he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I like
Yes,
his
that I agree.
desperation in this following scene. After that fever dream he has, he tries to kill himself and it just doesn't work. And then he's trying to scream, but he can't because he doesn't have the vocal cords anymore. Oh, my ex is working. God. Anyway, oh my fucking god. He falls out, and then we enter the fever dream.
Well, we also have Guts and Casca's whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, their discussion that she can't leave Griffith, because of essentially how much she owes him. And Guts can't stay because he's already essentially severed his connection. His formal connection with the Band of the Hawk.
And it goes more into you can't get back what you've already thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
In the same time, he almost could. I think Casca is really pushing him away at this point because I think she knows she's pregnant, but also she still harbors feelings for Griffith, and she doesn't want to put Guts through this. It was when I'm trying to read into this, I'm like, there's not really a whole lot of reason that he couldn't stay, that he couldn't lead the Raiders with Casca and Griffith, and the Raiders are all there with him, and he finally has this family.
Mm-hmm.
He really is willing to stay, and or at least take the Raiders with him. And if he's going with Griffith and Casca, then there's not really a big issue. He really could.
At that point, the Raiders had told, if the eclipse hadn't happened, the Raiders would have been following him anyway, because that's what his former second in command, told him. All the men of the remaining members of the Hawks Raiders that were Guts' men when he was with them decided that they're going to follow him and there's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, and this is the highest point for Guts. This is the height of his life right here, where he finally has a family, and Casca pushes him away. And I think had things just proceeded normally, he would have gone with Casca, and he would have gone with Griffith, and at least try to make Griffith comfortable and take care of him. While also, leading another mercenary group, maybe. Or just traveling the world and finding stronger opponents, because Guts is a warrior, and he wants that. think that's something that they would have done, or Guts would have convinced Casca to do. But it was, yeah, that entire scene was incredibly heart wrenching. Yeah, Casca had many layers in that scene where she's in the carriage with Griffith, which I really, really appreciate. I don't. I'm really glad that Casca didn't just become two-dimensional as far like once she became a love interest. No, it's still Casca, and she still has a lot of conflict around, like when it comes to Griffith.
Mm-hmm. And what are your opinions on what Griffith tried to do in that carriage to Casca?
I mean, it's 100% disgusting because it's still Griffith. It's trying to assert control over something. I don't think that he loves Casca. He doesn't care about Casca.
Good, we have another guy who believes us, Bears.
Finally.
It's also foreshadowing.
He really is trying to assert control and bring one of his pawns back underneath him. And in a way, he does.
Yeah, well said. Like, he really doesn't give a shit about Casca.
And he just sees Guts having this connection with Casca, and he just wants to destroy it. And have Casca be his again, not for any romantic reason, but just to have his pawn back. And in a way, he succeeds, which makes the activating of the Bailet that much more heartbreaking because he's telling Guts, he's screaming in his mind, "Get away from me!" You're like he knows exactly what is about to happen. In that moment, he knows that he is going to have to kill something close to him. He knows at that point he is going to probably have to sacrifice Guts or something. He wants Guts to get away from him because in a way he still cares. But then through the manipulation of the God Hand, that's all thrown away.
And now the eclipse.
Oh, yeah. Slug count.
It's not just a slug count, it's everyone. Everybody's here.
The gang's all here.
And mayhem.
Is every other Bailet blue?
Gray.
Gray. Yeah.
It's weird. I just picture them all red, but Griffith's is more red.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it is the Crimson Bailet, so.
Yeah, the Crimson Bailets there's only 5 of them if they're not used.
all right. So, general thoughts on the introduction of the God Hand proper.
I mean, in regards to introduction, what do you mean?
Like how they present themselves, how they manifest, the things they do just to mess with people.
And that's what I thought you were asking. Man, trying to remember. Slann rises from the ground and is just larger than life. Like she's the size of a mountain. Conrad and Udvik. Conrad like spawns from the ground and Udvik spawns from the ceiling, right?
Yeah, Conrad spawns from the ground and is just fucking loud. Just yelling at people. And then Ubix was like he appeared to be like a giant looming down over them, and as soon as everyone closed their eyes in terror, he just became his tiny little floating self. I started laughing at them for being afraid. And of course, out of the eclipse itself came Void.
Mm-hmm. Well, that just shows that Void is the original of the God Hand here. When even though now we know that Void was at one point the newest member of the God Hand.
Everybody comes from the bottom.
Well, he which is another thing, you know, we know that the God Hand can be killed. Yeah, Casca taking control in this situation, what we just saw on the screen there was a great fucking moment. Even though she's piss scared, she knows she needs to be the leader and get everybody to reach down, find the balls, man the fuck up.
Yep, there's the introduction.
Fucking Slaanesh. I mean Slann.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what more can you say about the God Hand here?
Mm-hmm. Their manipulative tactics. I also enjoy the revelation that a person, you can't just pick up a Bailet and use it. The Bailets are designed for you. But because you have the personality type to be able to activate a Bailet, that's why you even got one.
Mm-hmm. Causality.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye, Griffin.
And Guts here. Like you can just see the pain and desperation on his face.
Yeah, I think we can talk about the God Hand manipulating Griffith. Because they seem to talk, or at least speak, as if they're objective. In their speech, they speak as though, we're just following the currents of causality and all this shit. That they are purely objective. When really they're the ones manipulating everything to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones causing everything.
If there's potential that Griffith wouldn't have sacrificed without their manipulation, because we know from the Black Swordsman arc that it is possible for an apostle, even at their worst, most desperate hour, for them to not sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
If the person that would be sacrificed is that important to them.
And that's what makes Griffith's situation that much more infuriating and tragic, is that he had the capacity to say no.
His dream was more important than anything else.
It's not like that he because causality, there's no way he could have said no. He could have. Human free will is the only thing not dictated by causality. And he could have said no, but he chose not to. My dream.
What would have happened if, Griffith says no? Would he have been dragged down in the abyss?
No, they would have all died. Because Skull Knight said, as soon as the eclipse is over, all the apostles are going to spill out. So we need to hurry the fuck up and get moving. So even if Griffith hadn't sacrificed, all those apostles are right there.
Yeah.
And Gus has no sword.
You know, he's got that broken blade of his.
Mm-hmm.
He still could have soloed.
Possibly.
I wonder if all those faces that you see on the ground are just like the faces of the people that died by the God Hand.
That would be insanely cool.
Yeah.
It's up their alley.
What more to say about the Eclipse? That covers characterization. I think the Eclipse was the main reason I never wanted to read Berserk, because it's murder rape. I don't like murder rape. I think it's pretty grimy, pretty gross. It's very revolting to me whenever it's part of a narrative. It's some of the shit that I just really cannot handle and have to skip over very quickly. Whenever it comes to fiction or just storytelling in general, that super dark, hopeless, this just super dark hopelessness. Everything really does revulse me. At the same time, for the Eclipse, it's a tragedy for everyone involved, because they're all the Band of the Hawk it's more than like 5 people. The Band of the Hawk has as a group has character. The Band of the Hawk that is still here is here for Griffith. They all have their own dreams and their own goals and aspirations. So even if not every single member of the Band of the Hawk is named, they are still a character themselves, if you follow me, or the character as a group. So that sacrifice itself is tragic. Then we have Gaston, Pippin, Judo, Corcus. Everybody involved is a real fucking tragedy. And we saw how important these people are to Guts, our protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes it that much more potent.
Like we saw in the first encounter with Nosferatu Zod, as well as the Campfire of Dreams, that Guts knows all of his men by name.
Yeah, Dillon. Dillon was so important.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe he had half his arm chewed off by Zod.
Mm-hmm. But one interesting thing about this bit is what we have on screen right now, that a different side of the apostles, that not all of them have to be there to indulge in what's happening. Like, so even as apostles, even as vassals of the God Hand, they all have free will, even in apostlehood. Which goes to your point earlier about Griffith's will. Like the human will is one of the few things not governed by causality. That's why the God Hand have to be so manipulative.
Oh yeah, but like Ganishka, like the Kushan Empire is like a great example for that, because like he operates independently from the God Hand or the apostles.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
In fact, for the longest time, I thought like it's like a different kind of magic, but like yeah, it just turns out it's just the same shit.
Mm-hmm. So
also power scaling Skull Knight here.
Yep.
I still remember reading this back in high school, and
you can read.
Yeah. I may not look like it. I may not act like it, but I can read.
Well, you look like Jeebus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember reading the Eclipse back in high school.
God,
and I'm just,
look at that!
I
Look at
just
that
had
one
to step
apostle.
away.
Hold on, look at that! Look at that apostle that's just chasing Casca.
Literally just a plucked chicken with a mouth.
Just imagine sacrificing your loved one, and this is what you end up as.
Griffith is like, okay, I want wings, but not that kind of wings.
Gib wing.
Not chicken wings.
Just this guy looks like a fucking Thanksgiving turkey, and fucking like you get the difference between Nosferatu Zod, who's like a goat bat lion, and then we just have Thanksgiving turkey apostle.
They're great.
Like you sacrificed your loved one for immortality, and this is what you ended up as. You dumb motherfucker.
And you gave up your humanity for this.
Yes. And
This is
then
what-
you attack people and you get knocked on your ass by a dagger thrown by a guy.
Yep.
Like, really, guy?
Like Rosane got to be an elf. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes.
even Rosane got to be an elf.
Yeah, and
Bug
Rosine in combat is fucking terrifying.
Bug elf.
Because like, we'll get to her, but yeah, she is so much better than this dude.
Like this is the real tragedy of the Eclipse, really. You know,
Mhm.
he is the untold hero.
Turkey man.
Turkey
I,
Man.
I
is-
guess like the kind of form and like the power that you get depending on the sacrifice itself.
this guy sacrificed his favorite turkey.
Yes, exactly.
I appreciate the tiny, tiny, tiny menacing kanji just above his head.
Yeah, I bet
He's
you
a
this
threat.
in JoJo.
He's a threat, but just a little bit.
But he's a threat just a little.
He's a turkey threat. Oh
Like,
man,
oh, no,
what if that's true? What if he actually did just sacrifice his favorite turkey?
The pet turkey, yes. During
pet
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, his pet turkey. He's like, it was like the day before Thanksgiving, and he was like, "Nah, we're not doing it." He kept him
He was-
around.
He was gonna starve to death and he didn't want to die, and then the Bailet activated. Just sacrificed the turkey that he wouldn't
He
eat.
slipped on turkey shit, and like he just couldn't get up, and the turkey was about to eat him, and then like suddenly like the godhead appeared in front of him.
Oh yeah, he's like starving to death. He sacrificed everything for the turkey, and then
Bro,
like
can we
as
help
he's starving to death, the turkey starts plucking like his toes or something.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
like, Balin activates.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
I don't want to die. Come on.
And the slug count just rolls over to them, you know? Fucking fat piece of shit just rolls over, swallows a turkey whole. Like, okay, I'll go back to my castle now.
I'll go back to my castle. This is the biggest disappointment since my wife.
Oh no.
What's
Awesome,
wrong
is
with
that
your
you?
face?
I will never not hear the fucking the slug count as Plinkett. Holy shit. The slug count is forever Mr. Plinkett in my mind now.
Teresa, don't look
Teresa.
Burned over, burned over.
I don't
Look at
want to
them.
die.
Receive my gifts, Zondark.
Damn it.
Receive my gift. Sean Dark.
I forget, is Orcus taken out of this prior to this or after this?
I think Carcass died like immediately before this scene.
That's right. That's
Rip
right,
Corcus.
The fucking succubus bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Sucky Bucky.
Wasn't his last words like "God damn it"?
Yes. Damn it.
Yes.
Corcus, you dumb bitch.
Like that's and like the it shows the different ways how people can break. Some like regress like Casca, some lash out like Guts, and some just like go into complete delusion over this situation.
By the way, I like that like the guy didn't censor the boob out on this shot.
Oh, yeah.
Lolly.
It's a
God damn it, Lolly. Turkey Tom. Judo going out like a real. Judo was like the fucking best, dude.
Yeah.
Judo is really the best.
And there goes his arm.
Yeah, I wish we could have gotten more of Judo. What's even more heartbreaking is in like the recent chapters, Guts is hiding behind the tree from Casca, and she comes up to him and says, like Isidro reminds her of Judo.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
By the way, Zach is now fully caught up, so he gets to wait till August with the rest of us.
eat my ass.
Only a month. Oh, come on. That's nothing.
Yeah. But we had to sit through 9 years on a boat. What are you complaining about?
I'm on a boat and it's going fast.
No, I'm on a boat and it's going slow and
It's been 9 years and
Miura was like, maybe guys, I will release a chapter this year, but no guarantees though.
I might be.
you get one.
You get one a year, and that's it.
You get one a year, except next year I'll be doing Idolmaster.
Anyway, let's shift the story to Griffith. I think it was 2017. Like Casca just comes back to like her. She regains.
Your girlfriend thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, like that.
Why are we still here? Guess to suffer.
It is really funny.
Girlfriend in 4D.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. God damn it, Ollie.
You're the one that said, "Don't hit your mic." Don't.
No, that wasn't me. That was a cat.
And you have no control over your cat, right?
I can't. You've tried controlling this fat motherfucker.
Man, if only there was a door that blocked you off from the rest of your apartment.
I don't want to close the door on these cats. They're good boys.
Bruh.
What? Not close my door, my boys. Hey, yo, my boy. Hello, my boy.
All right.
I would never sacrifice you to the god hand.
Bye bye, Judo.
Yeah, Zach would turn into like a big pussy if he would do that.
I would never sacrifice these kitties to the god hand.
This is some good power scaling, at least for Casca. With this apostle.
What? That Judo's getting whipped? Constantly?
She fucking killed this. He's capable of killing it.
Oh, poor Judo.
At least she killed it.
Mm-hmm.
And bye bye, Judo.
The best boy.
Next to Pippin.
And that's Pippin. Pippin's all right.
Now, is it just me, or does Isidro kind of look like he could be related to Judo in the face?
Yeah.
I personally believe that Isidro is Judo's long-lost son.
Judo is not that old.
Judo got a bitch pregnant when he was 6.
Yes. That's how potent Judo is.
It's like
Judo's 20 right now.
Like came out, hit puberty at like 3, you know.
Hit puberty at 13, immediately became a man.
I mean, Miura really likes Star Wars, but I don't think like the story would have like these kind of family relationships that much.
if anything, Isidro is either a cousin or some other distant relative, maybe a brother.
How old
Younger
is
brother.
Isidro? 13?
14.
14.
He's 14.
And at this moment, he is 12.
Mm-hmm.
It could happen.
You know, that wouldn't be the wildest theory. I mean, some people still theorize that like Zod is the father of gods.
What? I'm sorry.
Because
what?
there's that one dream sequence
because-
where Guts sees himself as Zod.
That and they Zod has pointy ears, and Guts also has pointy ears.
And spiky hair.
And spiky black hair, yeah.
And his jawline is very, very
He's
Square.
big. He's very big.
You what?
Yes. He's tall.
he's one of the tallest people in all of Midland.
What are you doing, Step Zod?
Steps on the talking about that.
Step apostle.
What are you doing, step bro?
Judo's dead.
Rip Judo.
Oh yeah, did anyone read the Grumbeld novel from here?
I have.
Oh god.
So
How bad is it?
It's not bad. It's actually really
Uh,
well written,
mm,
except for the middle section.
except for the most of it, it's not terribly written.
Look, the opening and the ending are good. The middle,
Okay.
not so much.
Like man, the opening credits and the end credits of that movie are really great.
Yes.
Oh god.
And then she's
Oh.
crying out for guts.
Speaking of whom? God, if he had had the Dragon Slayer at this point.
If he had the Berserker armor at this point.
Oh fuck. Get fucked literally everybody except for the God Hand.
Too bad he doesn't have Flora yet.
Mm-hmm. There's that bastard. Like every single death is literally being pumped into him.
Bitch made motherfucker.
And there it is. Another look of
Desperation.
desperation, the hurt over the betrayal.
Anyway. The idea of evil.
That doesn't exist.
It does.
Yeah, but
No.
this one is still canon, like Griffith calling out God?
Mm-hmm.
It does. It is. It's there. It
The chapter-
happened.
The chapter doesn't exist.
It
But
does.
this
Though.
chapter doesn't exist yet.
It does though.
But chapter 82 ends with like Griffith calling out at God, so it exists in some form.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like,
yeah, this chapter is just like, thank God that it's not canon.
The plane of the idea.
Yeah, this doesn't actually exist in the world.
It does. It does. It was. It was only. It
It's
revealed
constantly
too
ref-
much too early.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it's canon.
It's not in the official releases of the volumes. It is
Shut
not canon.
up. It is absolutely canon. It's constantly referenced.
I know it is.
There was that one image of like this idea of evil being connected to the world tree. Like the spiral just goes all the way to the world tree. So the two entities are connected in some way.
I mean, it's got a spiral on it, so
Exactly.
Gonna get the image somewhere.
Yep. And it Makes me more angry at Griffith.
Gib Wing.
Gibwing. Do we need to discuss this at all, or also why is the heaven kanji in right next to the idea of evil on that one panel?
Because this is Griffith seeing it as heaven.
That's a weird one.
Okay, I found it. It's on Discord.
I want wing. Give wing.
Still not in fucking character for him.
Mm-hmm.
Give wing.
God damn it.
We can all agree this is the worst
Yeah.
part of Berserk, right?
This one
Aside
chapter.
from the hiatuses, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
the
can-
hiatus take the
Like
cake
I-
for that.
Like I said earlier in our little group message, Miura is such a good storyteller that not only do the characters suffer, but the reader does as well.
Yeah, it is frustrating. Like, and not to shit on the dead or anything, but it is very frustrating that Miura kept up the delays and the hiatuses and decided to go work on an idle game.
And to manga.
On an idle game and 2 other manga instead of finishing what is his life's work.
I mean, I can understand that you can burn out from this after 30 years of writing and drawing it, but like, oh god, like the point that I was like really confused about is that at one point, like he was really prolific about like Berserk, and he kept like producing it, like monthly or bi-monthly, you name it. But there's like a point when he's just like so burned out, like he didn't do any Berserk shit for 3 years, and then he just comes back and like only does like 1 chapter a year, and it's so bad. It's I don't know like what he had planned initially, because like at one point like he had like a structure for like where he wants the story to go, and then he just like dropped the ball entirely.
Yep. He did, but at the same time, with the waiting, it was so bad.
And I'm just, there's a few quotes that I think of, just general life things. Like one of the biggest things for life, and I think I remember this from Ron White, is where I got this quote, but it hits. It's part of a joke, but it's accurate. It's finish what you start. Literally, just finish what you start.
Yes, and I think we may have, if Miura had been doing the same schedule that he had been, especially for Golden Age and for Conviction,
Yeah.
if he had continued on with that schedule and not changed it up whenever we got to the Millennium Falcon War, I think we may have been in the middle of the last arc.
The other one is the other one is never half-ass 2 things, whole-ass 1 thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he may have been sick at one point as well in the mid to 2010s.
He
Which
had to
may-
be like he had like one of those notes at the end of the war with Ganishka that like he was so exhausted that like he didn't do anything for 3 days.
Yeah, he was really sick. Which, I mean, that happens. A lot of manga could actually get very, very sick very easily. It's just schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
And he's in the pool of blood, surrounded by the bodies of everybody.
Choo!
Oh, hey, it's Corcus.
That's Gaston.
Oh, yeah.
Gaston, yeah. I was like
No.
most sorry for Gaston from all the Hawks. Like he is so underrated.
But I'm. You know that even though Corcus was an asshole, Guts still called out for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And like a lot of the things that Corcus said to Griffith or to Guts, like after Guts is officially a member, were assholes. It was assholey the way he put it, but he was absolutely correct in the things he was saying. Like, for example, the whole thing, their conversation in the bar, like right before
The fight.
Guts, yeah, right before the fight, like he pretty much told Guts that like you're like throwing away all of this shit. Like we are living in an absolute like fairy tale out of legend, and you're gonna throw it away for some random thing that you have no idea what you're even leaving for. Like you're an idiot. And then, like what happened right before this? Guts came to that exact realization. Like after everything had been, like after everything had gone to hell, at least what he thought was hell before this. Only then did he realize, yeah, I kind of
Oh
threw
no,
everything.
I'm retarded.
Exactly.
Which, yeah, I mean, I think I talked to you about this, Bear. I think you and I both have this flaw, but it's like we don't realize what we have until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's
Yes.
an innate human flaw. And I'm pretty sure that's why Berserk appeals so widely. Is because I think most people can relate to you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Like, and now in the eclipse, he's having to see in the most painful ways what little he had left being ripped away from him. All for the sake of somebody else. And then there's this cunt.
Like, thank you, Slug Count. Very cool.
Like this is the point where I had like no regrets that the slug count died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Guts tortured him for this.
Yes.
Mhm. And like this perfectly recontextualizes the Black Swordsman arc. At least that bit of it. Because like, yeah, like we at the time we think, and we're correct to think, that Guts is going way too far by torturing, the slug count right in front of his daughter. And then we get this.
And it's like, oh, yeah, okay.
Like, yeah, okay, he's just giving you exactly what you gave him. Okay.
I don't condone it, but I agree.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, I've seen people, yep, and there it is.
Just the mayhem that is going on. And seeing all your friends dismembered and eaten.
That's a straight up Devilman panel.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's also our first look at Black Swordsman Guts.
Mm-hmm. Well, second.
I know
Like,
nothing about
technically
Devilman.
the set. What?
I
Neither
really don't
do
know what
I.
Devilman is.
I know it has a very funny English dub.
Devilman. Well, that one, yes. I know exactly the one you're talking.
Yes, that one. That
Yes.
one is hilarious.
Yes. But yeah, Devilman is one of the inspirations for Berserk, made by a mangaka named Go Nagai. Devilman and Violence Jack are the ones that he's, at least the ones I know him for.
There's also Lady Devilman.
Oh yeah, I've never read that one.
It's not as good, but it picks up where the original left off.
Okay,
Kind of like an alternate timeline.
okay. But yeah, Devilman is very good if you're okay with a depressing ending.
Yeah,
Yeah. Very depressing ending.
Yes.
I'm okay.
Well, yeah,
I don't need it. I don't need any more depression. I have enough already.
Absolutely fine. I like I wouldn't put Devilman on the same level as Berserk, so
No.
I'm not gonna bug you about that one for a year.
It's a more seinen manga just because of it has more TNA in it than Berserk does.
Well, there you go.
I
How
think
much
like
lowly TNA though? Because Berserk has a lot of that.
I think like the first fucking page of Devilman starts off with like a Fuda fairy
Yes.
in prehistoric times.
Yes.
A what?
A Fuda fairy.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Did you just look it up? Like literal first page. Like thank you, Go. Very
I
cool.
don't quite know what that is.
Fudanari. It's
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's. Wait. I can just stop typing now. We're good.
But yeah, you can see like heavily the inspiration, at least art wise, from Devilman in this panel right here. And in the designs of the God Hand, you can see the inspiration from Hellraiser, which I assume everyone here has seen.
I've seen.
Yeah, the first one.
Well, like the only good one.
The only one.
Yes.
Never seen Hellraiser.
Oh, well, we need to watch that then.
No, thank you.
It's a good movie.
It's very good.
Yes. And the special effects for that hold up in spite of it being made in like 1987 and being done with almost entirely practical effects.
It's where Void's look comes from.
Mm-hmm. It's where the entire God Hand looks.
Hey, look.
Hey, look. Well, not that.
Oh no, the BLM fist.
Look respectfully.
Like, yeah, this is if you want to know what Black Lives Matter is, it's just this.
It's
This is exactly that. Yeah.
Yes.
The BLM is just God hand propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Flint, Michigan, circa 2013.
Like the lone white guy trying to defend his fucking Asian girlfriend from
Every
BLM.
200 years. Oh, so the banana was the ballot for George Floyd?
Oh no, this is Kenosha
no.
2018. Guts is Kyle Rittenhouse.
I don't want to die.
Wait, Kenosha was 2020.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, this is Kenosha 2020 then.
Mhm.
Guts is Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I mean, he's traumatized.
Okay, does that mean Joseph Rosenbaum was the plucked turkey apostle?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's Slug Count in all this?
Grosskreutz.
Yes.
Oh no, I
hate
thought he
real
was
life,
the.
by the way.
I thought Slug Count was the soy jack lawyer.
No, Slug Count's going to be the fat lawyer, if anything.
Yeah, I could see that.
Anyway. And there he is.
With his wings.
Hey, look, King of the Cunts.
Na 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 Batman.
And then this. The absolute, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the absolute worst part of this, at least for Casca, is that Griffith isn't even doing that to her out of some warped, disgusting desire for her. He's doing it to fuck with Guts, yes. All she's ever been to Griffith is a means to an end. Or whatever he happens to desire in the moment.
Which, this is why I'm so fucking pissed. When he shows up in Helfhelm, just walks over to Casca, picks her up. Why are you here?
Hopefully by the time we actually get to Elfhelm, it'll be done.
Mm-hmm. Like the arc, you mean?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. If we're going at the pace we're going, Elfhelm will most likely be done by the time we get to that point. And can we just the absolute?
Should I do the yell?
No. The absolute. If anybody's gonna do it, I'm gonna pull up the actual video of it.
I have it up on my StreamYard.
I've already done the yell once on this stream. I'm not going to do it again. It's okay, Bear. I believe in you. It's okay, Rocky. You go when you feel like it.
God, I just love
Junior.
I just love this image of Shrike.
Shirky.
Shrike, Shirky.
Shirky!
Literally different names.
Bird. And then Shirky. Yes, that is.
He said the line.
Mm-hmm.
Roll credits. Berserk.
I almost ended the stream.
Whoops.
No, that would have been I was actually as soon as Zach said roll credits, I'm like, I should just end the broadcast right there.
I like that Mark's been changing his profile picture throughout this whole thing.
Oh, I have 7 saved just for this purpose.
No, he is the Gatsu.
Is it Guts or Gatsu?
It's Guts.
Guts or Gatsu if you're Japanese, because they put U after every single thing.
What the fuck?
Me when Griffith eats the last of my chocolate.
The 97 scream of Griffith's name is good. The animation still has the pupils.
But they're tiny dots.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. But, I love the absolute lengths that Guts would go to
get to Casca?
Yeah, to try and help her. And she spoke about this, like right before they were intimate. Like he's always bleeding, always getting hurt for her. And now we get to see exactly how far he's willing to go. Because yeah, that sword, that was blunt. He did that with the blunt, broken bit of an arming sword.
Rough.
I wonder if he will ever kill that demon.
I hope so.
Kills the demon, starts fishing around in his teeth. Oh, there's my arm. Puts it back on.
Oh god, if his arm turns into a demon.
We already have there's already too much of a Evil Dead influence over Gus. We don't need that happening too. This bitch is reveling in it. Uh,
Come on, skeleton man.
Come
Anyway,
on, buddy.
Thank you.
And
I believe the almighty Lolly will get there eventually. There we go. Also, power scaling Skull Knight here.
Mhm.
So he can definitely kill the God Hand.
Oh, of course he did. Like, if you have caught up with all the latest chapters, you can see that like Void is the only consistent member of the God Hand. All those other 3 or 4 guys that were there, they all dead, replaced by someone else.
And we know for a fact that he can kill the God Hand specifically because Void had to avoid the strike. Like, if Skull Knight was not a threat, he could have just tanked this hit and not, done nothing about it.
I just now looked at the Sword of Thorns here. It actually has a thorny handle. I don't like that.
Yeah. I think that in the promotional material for Skull Knight, it has what the thorn is going through the skull itself.
Imagine sacrificing an entire kingdom, and this is what you end up looking like.
Now, see, this is something
Hellraiser.
that didn't. This is something that didn't click for me until just now. Either way, the leaping of one fish would never disturb the flow of a river. Remember what Skull Knight referred to Guts as right before the Tower of Conviction.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like that.
I have a feeling that Void and Geyserrick are from the same time and era, because I think like one of the characters points out that like the way Skull Knight speaks is like so old.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
like
I mean,
just
Void is the one that sacrificed the kingdom off of
Yeah.
under Geyserrick.
like he was the priest, like the dude who started the Holy See. That's what I got from it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this just now clicked. His eyes are sewn shut. His mouth is being pulled open. I fully believe that's that's the result of the torture that Geyser put him through.
Yep, eyes sewn shut, mouth flayed open, nose chopped off.
He
it's
didn't
kind of
go far enough.
yeah. It's similar, and also exposed brain. That might have also been a thing that Geyser did to him. But yeah, it's very similar to Femto. Like, I mean, he had his own torture mask still on him after he became a God Hand.
Yeah. It's interesting. Anyway,
Now here we are at the aftermath.
again, Guts would be dead without Puck.
Mm-hmm.
Berserk would not happen without Puck. Fuck you.
It happened up until the slug count.
Berserk would not happen without Puck. Fuck you.
It would have happened until the slug count.
Nope. Guts would have died here.
No.
Guts would have died here. You're dumb.
No.
You're dumb. What can we say about this bit? Or do we want to go ahead and end?
Let's keep going until. Yeah, this is. Got to dreaming about the Band of the Hawk.
As they march into hell.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Erica.
Rickard.
And the reveal.
Pain.
So, that's what you were feeling, or whenever you saw this?
Pain.
I gotta run away.
Gus just ran his bandages off.
I want to run. I want to hide.
This was just
I want to tear down
Oh, man.
the walls that hold me inside.
His face.
my face when Griffith chapter.
My face when just Burke. When Burke happens.
Then yeah, this is the beginning of his sleepless nights.
Mm.
And Gus rejecting Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of the Black Swordsman.
And as well, here is the situation. As Lolly so eloquently put it, Griffith's final fuck you to Guts.
Final.
And the baby.
At least for this bit.
Yeah, this really pissed me off. Like, yay, Costco was pregnant and Griffith ruined it.
He does that.
Stellar. Yeah, I know he does that. Thank you. Is this a thing that Guts could find happiness in?
Mm-hmm. Like, I think not. Like, literally lemon grab unacceptable. Unacceptable!
Anyway, yeah, what could I say about this? Because I am about done for the night.
Alright.
It was a good place to put it. Finally get the Dragon Slayer.
And
deal with it.
And then
And he'll soon go for his journey. The 2-year-long journey.
I like how
Nothing of
Godo-
note happens whatsoever.
I love how Godo says, "If there were any dragons," and then Grunbill happens.
Mm-hmm. Hey, the Dragon Slayer stood up to the punishment and managed to deal out some of its own.
Groovy.
Mhm. I was like, can we just take a moment to appreciate the craftsmanship of Godo?
Good man.
Godo's a good boy.
It's so weird to see Guts wielding a normal sword.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, even a normal sword, he's able to break sword and another anvil, and the edge is still sharp. And then there's this fuck.
Oh, this fucker! I already hated like Berserk 2016, but they ruined this character as well.
Like I don't know how you ruin this character. He's literally a boar.
Yes.
Like what?
What? Why make this into like something bigger than this?
Can we have Lost Children animated, please?
Yes. Put some moth floop over Rosine the bits, and then make the Lost Children.
I mean, you don't even need that. Just Barbie doll her.
You mean Griffith her?
Yes.
Yeah, because Griffith has no dick.
Arm. Go. Right.
Can we talk about how Bruce Campbell is a gift to humanity?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
one man that I'm glad exists.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah, this is more like it.
Like, and like a lot of the shit that happens with Guts, like you see him do shit, and you're like, "Oh man, that's so badass," and then you think about the implications of what he just did, and it's like, "Oh no!"
What?
Like this situation right here.
Hmm.
Like this face is not something you want to see on a trauma victim after they defend themselves from something.
Yeah, he's into it.
What is it?
Not good.
That's why like the scene at the very beginning of Berserk when he loots the demon woman. It's like easier to transition to because like he's like so far beyond it. Like he's just so head on like taking revenge on all of these motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
And
also, it was like the easiest way to kill that bitch too.
Yeah.
From the DBZ abridged, just red flag.
Mm-hmm.
What about this one? Is that a red flag? Crimson.
Like, and even Erica, who's like absolutely, loves Guts like an older brother, and she's clinging on to Rickard because she's scared of the face that Guts is making.
Anyway, that's a good stopping point.
Yep.
All right.
Goes. All right, we will pick up with Lost Children arc next week.
My favorite arc.
It's a lot of people's favorite arcs.
It's a really good one.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.